Okay, now in this lesson we are going to create the last section, which is going to be our footer, and I have already gathered few free images which we are going to use. You can use any of them, any image of your office or some cool image taken from outside like this one, or maybe your office seat empty so you can have a chat with us or something like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag into the footer this image. Okay, so this is our background. Okay, now I'm going to hold my Option or Alt key with Shift key to create something like this. Okay, so I'm increasing the size. Okay, something like that. You can also change the artboard size. Okay, so select this artboard and I'm going to use maybe 3460 or maybe 3500. Just increase 100 more. Okay, so we have more space. Okay, now this is done. Then we are going to overlay something else on it, which is going to be our rectangle. So just drag a rectangle. Okay, so like this, and we are going to use some color, maybe this one, and we are going to use overlay. Okay, and then on this depth for stock, the image we have used, just hide this one. Okay, first we are going to make it grayscale. Okay, so I'm going to go to adjustments and okay, so there are many ways to change the color. So I'm going to use color overlay and I am going to use the purple color from here. Okay, so let's move it over here, this one. Okay, so or you can use this one, it's up to you. Okay, so I'm going to use, okay, there are many ways to get a lot of great effects. So if you go to this color, you can see this is basically colored in black and white. Okay, so you can also use some other color. Okay, now it has been colored. Now you can enable the overlay and let's make it normal and make it a bit opacity. Use some opacity like this. Okay, so now you can see I have achieved the same effect. There are many ways you can achieve this effect. Let's move it to the end so there is nothing seen inside. Okay, so now this is our office. The cool thing is that you can change the color whenever you like. You can go to this one, or this one, or this color. Okay, or maybe this color. It's up to you. Now let's zoom out and see how it is looking. Okay, so it is building very nicely. Okay, now let's add some styles and things over here. Okay, so our heading was let us wow you and all this stuff, and this is paragraph, ready to take further step further. Okay, so I am going to create a new heading. Press Shift and Control V. Okay, now you can see the font is very strange over here. This is our subheading, so I'm going to paste it into a new layer. So I have two lines now. This is our main paragraph style. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use section heading and I'm going to override right now, and I am going to use white color. Okay, now doesn't bother with anything else, don't change anything else. For this one I am going to use again subhead white. Okay, and override everything. Okay, now you can see, let's change. Don't worry about the distance. We are going to create another over here, and this time we are going to paste the paragraph over here, something like this. Okay, so here we have the paragraph and we are going to use gray paragraph style, and we are going to use white color over here. Okay, so don't change anything else, just apply this once and then use your own imagination to change things. Okay, so I'm going to make it a bit wide just to have 2 lines over here. Okay, we will align everything in the end. Let's just create all these awesome stuff and move on. Okay, so now we are going to use our template style guide. I'm going to quickly align it like that. Let's move everything out of it, and I am going to use Shift V and this button. Basically I'm going to use this button. This is going to be coming over here. Okay, so this is what I needed, and this is going to be our consult free with us button. Okay, this is looking really cool. Let's move it in the middle a bit up like that, a bit over here. Let's enable your guides, your grid. Okay, so let's duplicate it, and we are going to use something over here, something like that. Okay, let's align it with it, this one. Okay, we will do the alignment in the end. Let's just first keep on creating things. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this black color, or maybe this black color over it, and this button is going to be white. Okay, so I think that button was tell us what you want. Maybe need is good. Okay, so we have zoomed in, and you can see our buttons are looking really nice. Now the second thing is that we can add something over here, which is going to be our email, hello@WStudio.org, something like that. Color will be white. Maybe we can use this white. Then we are going to duplicate it, and we are going to align it with this one. 0800, it is going to be our phone number. Okay, now make sure that we have everything within these buttons. You can see now this is a bit different, so I'm going to move it inside this. So this was consult, btn consult, and this one was email, btn email. Okay, so these are 2 buttons, and everything is lined up. Let's line them up like that. Okay, so now we have everything lined up, at least these buttons.